Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing in this rainy weather? Welcome to Universal Furniture. I'm Kayla Miller. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Universal. Now I'm going to turn it over to Chris and Debbie. If everybody wants to help me, give them a warm welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to work with a contractor who sees your vision. So how many of you designers work with contractors already? A lot. Okay.
These are some pitfalls, red flags, or things that you can bump into. One of the big questions is who's in charge? I think you have to have that conversation early.
So you need to know like where your place is or stay in your line, or are you going to color outside the lines, right?
So I have a question on specifically that. So from your perspective, what incentivizes you to come and be loyal to my project even though you have multiple projects you're working on?
And it's communication, but again, you don't know what they have on their plate, so it's also ask those questions. You need to have that conversation to say, how full is their plate right now? Yes.
How do you temper your customers' expectations then? So say the GC says, it will be 8 weeks for the project. You always tell your customer 10 weeks, 12 weeks, and then you're ahead of
Yeah, everyone wants to know when their project's going to be done, right? And what I do tell them is we never know what we're going to find out when you start opening up walls, right? I think the best question is, do you have any events coming up? A wedding, a shower, a birthday party, anything that's you're going to want this project done for. Really have that real conversation with them about what happens when you start to do a demo.
Go ahead.
Are you relying on the client to look at builder trend to know what those change order fees are, or are you verbally also communicating?
They get an email as soon as I send one, and they have to digitally hit approve. I have two options. I can bill them for the change order, or it'll just roll with the total and it'll just work itself off at the end. What I've said to most of my guys is like, would you take a picture of this and put it on Instagram as your work? Take a picture of this and tag it with your company name on there, would you do it?
Yes.
You mentioned early on meeting with clients and seeing red flags. I know no one's perfect. You're going to end up with clients that you maybe should have seen a red flag, but do you have like a list of questions in your questionnaire? How do you find the red flags or see them?
40 years in the industry, you think you know everything and you think you're never going to get burned again. Like when you can sense drama and you can sense that, like Chris said, you're going to be a therapist there in an initial meeting, is it worth it for you? Because they'll end up costing you money at the end. Anyone else? Yes.
How do you charge?
How do I charge? I charge initially to go out. So I do a minimum of a 2-hour initial meeting, consultation. I'll walk through the project. I will send you a designer agreement. You can look it over, and I will charge. I do a flat fee. I don't do square footage. I do a lot of design because what if we're choosing, Chris and I talked about this, what if we're choosing really high-end product in the end, right? Well, thank you very much. This has been great.
I appreciate it.
You've learned a lot and enjoyed it. Thank you for coming.